Hi everybody, and welcome back to Sew Along with Jan. So Jan had a little trouble with her ornament, with her Puffy Gingerbread House ornament. I cut through my little loop, my little hanger loop here. So I'm going to show you how to do this. I thought I'd do just a little short video. I made another ornament right after class, so I'm just taking this out of the hoop. So I have it all stitched together, and now I'm going to show you how to trim this correctly so that we don't cut through the hanger, the little ribbon hanger here. So, all right, I'm going to get this out of here. Second here, and I just leave the tearaway in here. But this is the hardest part, is because you can't see the little loop. It's a little hard with this paper. So let's just rip this off a little bit so I can see where my loop is. This time I will be able to see it. I didn't have my hand down over the top of it, and I had the paper all on there, so it's always hard. So, but you need to see me make a mistake, and then I can show you how to fix it, hopefully, if I can find my scissors. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to trim inside these lines. I'm going to trim just inside the outer line, and that was like the tack down line that just kind of held the fabric down, and we're going to trim around there. It's about 1/8 of an inch or so from the other stitching, and I'm just going to carefully trim around here, trimming right through the stabilizer. But I did tear off the top part just so I can see my ribbon this time, and it'll make me think about the ribbon. So that's what I did before. I didn't tear my paper off, and I didn't see it, and I didn't have my hand down over the top of it. So I'll show you the little trick. All right. So if you give me a second here, I'm going to trim around the top here. Let's get rid of some of these little pieces. Trim around the bottom. And you can also refer back to the gingerbread man video, because I did correctly trim the ornament out without trimming through the ribbon. But it happens. I have made so many mistakes with embroidery machines, and that is the way you learn. And I have learned so many things over the years by making mistakes. So I've learned quick ways to do things. And okay, so I got these pieces out of the way, and I'm going to kind of go down on this side of the roof before we work with the ribbon here. All right, oops, need to fix that little bit there. And if you trim just inside the stitching, you won't have any extra stitching along the edge. So all right, so let's see if I can get this little chimney a little bit here. Okay, now we're getting up here where our ribbon is. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to pull my ribbon back like this. Okay, so if you can see, I'm going to pull my camera down just a little bit. Tip it down just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to pull it back with my fingers, and you can see I'm pulling this apart, and then we're going to just trim. Might do it just a little bit right here together, just to get that started. Okay, and then I'm going to pull this back, and I'm just going to trim the front piece here. I'm still staying inside that outer line. I'm just going to trim this, and I've got my fingers over my ribbon back here. Just going to trim inside that outer line over where the ribbon is. Have a little piece sticking out here. Okay, there we go. So see, you can see where I've trimmed, but the ribbon's still there. And then I'm going to kind of go up this side through all the layers up in this area, and that front part should fall off now. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the back. So we're going to pull the ribbon to the front, and then I'm just going to kind of go right over the roof here, the roof top. with the ribbon, and I've got the ribbon held down along the front, so I might need to trim this up just a little bit. Let me see if I've got, okay, I think we're good here. So I'm going to pull this back and we'll trim just a little bit right here. Okay, and then I'm going to pull it forward again and we'll fix this little piece right here. There we go. There's just a little spot right here. And I'm just using my Ginger standard shears to do this. All right, then I've got a little spot right here that I'd like to fix, so let's just fix that a little bit. Didn't get down in that little V very well, so we'll just fix that a little bit. There we go. And then if you see any other little spots you need to trim a little bit, I've got a little spot here on this corner. There we go. But we were having so much fun in the video, and we were answering questions, and everybody was asking questions. I hated to take that video down and make another video, so I figured we'll just make a little video here of showing me doing the trimming at the end. And there is my ornament all fixed and ready to go. I wanted to do another one for a sample, so that gave me a reason to make you a little video. So thank you so much for joining me, and thank you so much for having a wonderful 2025. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. And I'll be back in January with live videos. I'll probably do some pre-recorded ones over my little break. But our next video then will be January, what did I say it was, like January 7th, I think. Let me check. January 7th will be our next live video at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will see you all after our little break, and have a great holiday season. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.